It's double light heavy on both teams. I can confirm.
There's no way.
This is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be very scrappy. Hopefully no one makes a last minute change up. I also want to say Shizuka for the raid. Appreciate it a lot.
Greg on light is insane. That man is a dedicated heavy main. I've never seen that before in my life. Heading into game number 1, Nozomi CITADEL. As we are watching the Capybara Armada rollout here. It's going to be a slow move as they push towards this cash out. On the other side, Weekend at Bernie's already assuming the high ground. And, yeah, gas grenade on Microchip. This is a bizarre choice. On the other side, we see Vanish and Infuser. So a single Infuser on this double light setup. On the other side, it looks like it's a bit of
a cut up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gas, very good for stolen point.
Of course. Although here comes a gas to block off. It looks like Enzyy's been completely isolated from his team. He eats an RPG, but it's not enough to get any picks here as Capybara Armada are managing to swing out. They walk into the open. Ward gets picked off. Ensyy loses half his health, and here comes the fight. Ensyy manages to trade down, but he's just locked in with this mesh. Looks like ShayCass swinging forwards here to try and find a kill. They don't actually secure anything. A solid 2-on-2 as Ensyy loses a bit more of his health, is not able to reach in here. Keldor almost dies. Microchip trades down. Now it's just Greg by himself here on this 93R. He could make something happen here, but it looks like Weekend at Bernie's going to be able to reset as ShayCass chasing down here is going to pick it off. It's a team wipe. Weekend at Bernie's winning this vault fight. And, yeah. Looking to move over towards this B site. I mean, this B section is going to be quite open. They're not running, it's running mesh on both heavies here, so they're not going to be able to do too much vault manipulation, especially on this hellish point. I hate this one with this stupid indestructible platform going up and down.
A rough one. Without the winch, this point is a bit of a gross one to play for. In an ideal situation, you'd pull it off to the side, maybe play under of the general building. But it's not going to be an option in this situation.
Yeah, Capybara being scouted on that corner. Ward tapped a bit too far forwards, and the whole team in this horrific array. They catch Greg on the swing out here. He manages to get healed back in, but Microchip is completely shut off this angle. It looks like they're trying to rotate and stick as a team here. Ward has actually managed to make their way in, although they've opened this up and now they're looking. They're not spotted on this move. This is really, really horrible with this open ceiling. They have no real way of making much progress here. If they try and go for a force, it'll get glitched. It looks like they're trying to... Okay, making some noise here. The whole team spots towards us. How do you get up? You have to find these guys. This positioning from Weekend at Bernie's is disgusting. Here comes the 3-man gateway. They're moving up and across. Ward takes a bit of damage. All three, but they do manage to pick off, I believe, Keldor on the side. And they're able to hold this position. Microchip does not find anything in the meantime. All of Capybara Armada now holding this position. Looks like they're glitching out. Microchip now holding underneath. This is the opportunity. ShayCass has to drop, loses half of their health. It's being chased down by Ward here. Gets picked. It's just Microchip remaining on this point. They are now going to go for the force. Microchip's going to peek with a gas. He gets some shots off, kills off Ward, but this gas is bounced. It does not actually block effectively. And Greg on this 93R annihilates them. Capybara Armada are going to take this first cash out. Just a methodical, slow push. Manages to eventually blitz onto a position and clean one guy out. Even with this sort of all protecting each other on these wide angles. If you manage to find one guy and defend with this mesh, you're going to create a position out of nothing. You create a numbers advantage, and then Capybara Armada can go for it. Ward getting spawned on, actually. This gate directly behind all three. They do spot it, and nothing is done with it, actually. I mean, as I try and catch my breath here. Ward.
The spawns are like that, Falls, but it looks like Capybara Armada has managed to swing on them and cut off their angle. Few glitches coming out, few explosions going off. Ensyy losing his life, so now it's the double light, and it looks like Microchip's team is going to comfortably fold over on Capybaras.
Yeah, the gas nade doing a bit of team damage there, but Cass does spot Ward rotating with this body. He's gonna try and hunt here. Will he find it? No, but he will hear the revive now. They turn back. But I mean, not much can be done with this. Let's just move over. The vault hasn't even been tapped. No one was even close. So you're going to have to resign yourselves to another fight here. I think a glitch just cleaned out their idea for a gateway. Ensyy has to back off this angle, but they have tapped, they do have control, and I don't think Capybara realizes they're in a pretty rough pinch position here. If Cass wants to make a push here with this invis, they can, but it looks like they're backing off. Handing them the box? Okay, trying to pass it over, but Microchip whiffs on the throw. He's now lost the position. Capybara Armada making their way to the bridge.
Microchip caught up in the whole team of Capybaras, and they've lost a player. Box still going back and forth, not really sure where it wants to go itself.
Another failed
but
throw
it's
for
quite it's quite clear to see that Capybaras would like to rotate over to A in this situation.
I mean, make the play, dude. Now's the time. You can jump on these guys. Looks like Ward's setting up for the gate for them. He's gonna cross here. Manages to not die immediately here, but fights into Keldor. Absolutely blitzes him. At the same time, ShayCass almost kills Greg on the top. But he has to drop down here. A coin from Microchip. Now they're resetting the position. And it looks like Capybara Armada have given up on the push. Weekend at Bernie's have given up on trying to find any extra kills there. They're just gonna play for this. Plug happens now, and Microchip is gonna scout out on the side. Oh, okay, tiny bit of buffering there, but it looks like we're at a complete standstill. Someone has disconnected.
We have asked for a pause.
Okay. It looks like Greg has lost connection actually, and because he's
there has been
here.
a game crash.
Oh my goodness, Nozomi CITADEL too much for them to handle. Just
Greg.
Unfortunate as we sit here. This is going to be a tough remake. With Greg dead here, they might just have to wait for a coin. But the cache has been plugged. They might just have to play this out. I mean, there's no real way to make this fair with the current way the game works, unfortunately. When Greg joins back, they're going to be a statue on that roof. I believe Microchip might have even spotted them dying. But I mean, this position's quite weird. If we look down at Ward and Keldor, they're like almost right in front of each other. They are. Oh my god. That's a bit
Ward
of a
caught with his pants
position.
down.
I mean, on this unpause, Keldor on his controller is probably absolutely mashing the trigger to get these shots in on Ward, who's looking the wrong damn way. It looks like Greg has reconnected. Our team's ready to go?
Yes, I have got the ready from Microchip and from Ward, so let's let it rip. Unfortunately, teams are just going to have to deal. Yep, 3, 2, 1, and we're back in.
Okay. Ward instantly dashing out of the way. It's going to be another 1v1. Ward winning it somehow off being jumped. He manages to run outside, taking the zip up now. Microchip's going to get the revive. It's actually going to be a full reset.
Stuff for Microchip.
I'm shocked, although they're not going to be able to revive Greg here on this height. It doesn't look like, as Ward and Ensyy now sitting up underneath. 5 seconds for the coin here. Actually, yeah, okay, Microchip spots out the statue on this roof. All of Weekend at Bernie's swimming over
but it's
the
enough
top
time
here.
for Greg to coin, so it's a full team reset now.
Playing safe, a full C4 cleans out ShayCass, but they have properly reset for the most part as Keldor caught on the roof by themselves, peeks into all three. Microchip at the same time taking a bit of chip damage himself. Weekend at Bernie's stuck in this damn corner. The mesh shield is actually, the RPG is actually pretty good, and here comes the flank. Ward gets peeked, but Microchip is the first to actually die here. Ensyy and Ward back to full health. Here comes Keldor and ShayCass. They get cleaned up. Cass now has to go for the 1v3 on 2 health. He's going to walk into the gas and kill himself. They're going to go for a last-second absolute dive onto this cash out.
I hate to say it, Mr. Falls, but do we really think that there is time left in this cash out for another push? It's another 10 seconds left in that respawn.
I'm going to say 15 seconds once they get in. There is a chance. With double light, you can cross that distance pretty fast. If you can heal, if you can invis correctly, there's a chance. No spawn blocking, so they are going to get a close one. Oh no, they only have a single gateway. They cross up, but it's too late now. Ward taking the fight immediately. Gets picked off, but it doesn't matter. Capybara Armada taking game 1. Blue, please linger on the final scoreboard. just like skip through this after stuff and just sit on the final scoreboard for a bit, please. Yeah, looks like game 1 going to Capybara Armada, a 2-0.
One more screen over champion on the cams.
Yep. Hit space. We're going to the next one. Yeah, just load through here. We just linger on this for a few seconds. And then we will cut back to panels soon afterwards. Yeah, looking at the scoreboard. I mean, Greg, despite being the guy who crashed, top kills, top damage on the team, top healing on the team, my god.
No, it's...
They better switch off soon, because that is not allowed with the rules to run triple light. Okay. That was like a last frame switch. That's really funny. Okay.
I got guys in chat saying wrong map, but I don't think they know what they're talking about.
Although there are some wrong maps, you have to admit. For example, Monaco Duck and Cover is a wrong map, even if it's the one you picked. As we see Office as our first position for the Vault, we're looking at Ward now running Vanish and the LH1 for damage. He has forgotten how the map is laid out as he gets stuck here. Microchip, they're actually able to cross to this low ground, although they're still losing a bit of health for it. Peeking out here, Ensyy eating a ridiculous amount of damage, but I mean, of course, healed back immediately as Weekend at Boney's try to slowly find their way up here. This ARN from Greg at the ready. He's ready to open up. Picks off Keldor instantly. Microchip immediately gone as well. Absolutely executed from Greg. Waiting in that perfect position. Doing something that pros like to call gargoyling. Just sitting invis on the edge of the building. Looking down. And just calling the push. What's happening?
I hate to say it, Mr. Fools, but it kind of just looks like everybody stood still and just went, so it's time to get beamed in the head.
Did Greg specifically DDoS them so they would stop moving at the perfect moment?
I think that's exactly what happened. I don't know what else to say. That was freaky.
Weekend at Boney's now making their way up here. Microchip looking at the wrong side, but he does get picked as Capybara Armada holding this opposite construction area. Greg trading damage across here, but this mesh shield is going to mean that they can shoot freely across the side. They spot Cass stepping forwards here, while the two lights are being held back for some reason. Good amount of damage onto Ward, actually.
It's a little bit of a piss fight, if I can be honest. I think the most appropriate thing to do would be exactly what ShayCass is doing with the unders rotate towards the team. But it looks like the two lights are happy to just
This is a solid position from Cass. If he opens up right now, all of the attention is actually put away. They've forgotten that Cass made this move across. Actually, no, it looks like they're gonna group up here.
Greg with fucking hindsight like none other, finding Microchip straight away.
The Sonar also spots the move here. They're grouping up on this back corner, ready to rotate away if they do get jumped. But Weekend at Boney's waiting for the timing. Microchip. Here comes Keldor with the gateway. They're going up. Dropping in here, they find nothing on top floor, but they know the team is right under. C4 getting blasted, and here comes Cass dropping down. Microchip gets picked off on the side. Before he can make their way in, Ensyy and Cass now looking to take the 1v1. But Cass takes a ridiculous amount of the opener here. They're going to try and find this pick, but they're getting jumped by two. Keldor does manage to find one on the side here. It's just Ensyy and Greg versus Keldor. Although this point has dropped all the way down, there's basically no way to force us unless you find the kill here. Ensyy is going to go for the res on Ward, and Keldor has to try and find some way in. They're looking to maybe spot a guy on top, but there's no one up here. Capybara Armada has all dropped down. They go for the res here, but this means they've resigned to lose this opening point. Capybara Armada slowing down the push from Weekend at Boney's just a bit too long, where even though they open up, they manage to find a pick on the side because of their positioning, and then pull out and wait.
It's a good reset. Well, it's a good nearly reset from Weekend at Bernie's. I'm not sure if you saw that in the fight just before.
They didn't find him.
I'm not sure if you saw it in the fight just before, where ShayCass was pushing Ensyy. He did the unfortunate thing of he threw his dome too early, and his dome actually ended up bouncing off of Enzyy's dome. out to nowhere where it's useful.
absolutely brilliant. As we want to maybe have a look at the scoreboard here for a second. Surely Greg's in the lead. Greg with 3, I mean, but yeah, Microchip and Cass not really finding anything so far. All of Capybara having assists on each other here. Just playing as a unit despite being scattered, really playing towards the strength of this HLL comp. Weekend at Bernie's spots the move. And it looks like Capybara Armada might be favoring going up towards this office position, an incredibly strong one if you're able to find a team wipe on your opponents. Microchip moving fast, he's got to spot them on the side here, but he doesn't find any damage, he has to back off. Here comes Keldor on the side as well. Get some good damage on Ward, he does get the pick. It's a straight up 1-for-0 so far. Cass loses a bit of health, but it doesn't mean anything. Actually, as they drop on the side, Greg, actually Cass finding the pick on Greg, it's just Ensyy on top here. Dropping in, he's looking like he's going for a tactical wipe on this position. To empty it out, he does not go for the plug, instead throws the box a bit further away to waste a bit more time. But Weekend at Bernie's opting to not go for a spawn block here. Just
Bulls, it's a good win from Weekend at Bernie's, a nice free plug, a good initial advantage hold is what they're getting out of this, but I've also been told that you still have music playing in the background.
I'm gonna blast my head off. Let's turn that off. Alright.
Bernie's get set up with the team having their usual spawn down at Mansion, getting caught out by Microchip.
Greg Invis padding up here, actually. He's gonna get a position here, and now with the mesh rotate up, Ward does get picked, actually. It looks like they might go for a drop onto this position. They see the body caught out in the open and nullify to try and trap.
Oh,
goes for this.
perfect goo timing.
On the side here, Ensyy now running away, gets chased up. Another brilliant goo. He trades a bit of health for it, and he's ready on the rotate here. They're gonna back off. 10 seconds to the coin for Ward. Greg also on this back position to try and sort of enable a strong coin here. But Ensyy now in a relatively good spot. He's gonna get spotted out by maybe Keldor? No. As they position out again.
No, it looks like Microchip's team is taking their spots all back on height, taking their vantage positions. Capybara Armada trying to regroup and set up for a push.
Here comes the gateway. In comes 2 here. Ensyy does not find anything. The RPG also doesn't clip. Ward walks straight into Cass's shack and gets annihilated. Ensyy now on the low ground is getting blasted here. Microchip, Keldor actually finding another. And now it's just Greg left. Gets blitzed. This jump, while the initial position wasn't too bad, having to actually commit for those kills, they ended up splitting, going 1 by 1, and Weekend at Bernie's with solid target prio, picking one off at a time, cleaning out the most dangerous threat before they do anything. Sort of untouched.
No, it's beautiful to see. Microchip and Weekend at Bernie's as a whole have really upped their game in this second round, in this second map.
I mean, not much else to talk about here. Capybara Armada are just backing off, trying to hold the center position. They're going to see the vault straight in the open in front of them. That is a horrible position to grab unless they do it right now.
And I think Greg has unfortunately been spot on the roof right next to them.
It looks like Weekend at Bernie's just holding this top back building, the flat top.
Who's going to touch first? Who's going to touch the box first, fools? Which team? I don't think either team really wants that action of jumping down into the pit, into the pool, and getting smoked for it.
Ward swinging on the side towards Weekend at Bernie's. Greg gargoyling on the top roof. Will spot 2. They do trade a bit of damage onto Cass. Ward getting close, but he has to back off here, and it's going to be a reset. As Ensyy still holding this position. Ward takes a bit of a clip. They know Greg is here, but they just can't see him. As they creep up towards this hotel position, Cass getting a bit of damage onto Ensyy, gets healed up immediately, but Ward also taking a bit. They're gonna back off, try and take this fight towards hotel. That does leave the vault open to be tapped, where Weekend at Bernie's will have to if they want to play for time. Slowly push this, but I mean, Cass creeping forwards here. He's not gonna take too much. I believe Greg's still holding that position, but Ward gets picked off. The double ARN blitzes him, and here comes the dash across from Microchip. He's going to spawn across. He does spot Greg, and does pick him off. Oh my god, just Ensyy remaining for the Capybara Armada. He does find the revive on this low ground, but it does get scouted by Microchip. This position's absolutely disgusting. Tries to spray through, does not find Ward. But here comes Cass over top. He's trying to blitz in. but they gate out.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see Falls. Microchip and his team are picking some of the most ideal moments to push on Capybara Armada. Catching Ward off guard again. Halting that revive is beautiful to see.
And in the meantime, the point has been tapped by Keldor and run all the way to Mansion. Oh, sorry, all the way to the con on top of Mansion. They have played this well. Weekend at Bernie's creeping forwards, taking the space, and then pulling backwards. They find that pick and turn it into a free objective that now they can hold from this disgusting high ground position. This double ARN is going to be so hard to push if you get spotted out in the open here. As Ward making their way back
if you
in
look
now.
at it, it's that point I was talking about, Falls. It's that gross rotational platform cash out. I hate playing it. I don't know if anyone else hates playing it.
This one's mad fun, you have to admit. Here comes the gateway move across.
Awful.
Ward tries to creep forwards, but he gets spotted out here. He has to back off. As they do actually make it in, they did manage to gate to the underside, but Mansion position is still pretty crap here. And now they're making noise. I believe Keldor hearing them here, going up towards the actual platform. We'll probably spot them in the window here if he swings forwards. But Greg is actually on top height. He's going to spot the move across. Taking the pad up. ShayCass on the side is going to eat a glitch. Keldor drops and dies. Capybara Armada with a numbers advantage. Now going to try and force. Ward taking a bit of damage for it. Now pushing in towards Cass. Microchip also incredibly low. Just a 2 left on Capybara. Sorry, just a 2 left on the Weekend at Bernie's. They do manage to find one, making it a 2-on-2. Microchip now back to full. Cass getting pushed by one. Will he get picked off here? But this barricade slowing him down enough. A nullifier onto Ensyy slows down the push here. And he does manage to get out, but here's the force. A perfect position here. Ensyy gets peeked out. Microchip padding onto the
Shay's
train.
coming overhead to disrupt the gameplay of Capybara Armada. Finding the pick on the heavy, nearly.
Capybara
Getting there
not gonna
eventually.
make it. It looks
And
like
that's
the Weekend
a
at
game
Bernie's.
secure.
The Weekend at Bernie's managing to find the revive here, taking a bit too long. No one able to, everyone too scared to commit for those kills. Weekend at Bernie's ending up winning out. It's going to be 1-1 for the set. I mean, that was a pretty wicked match there. Weekend at Bernie's putting a much stronger performance forwards this time. As we stick onto the scoreboard at the end of the game here. Let's have a look. Microchip leading the charge for almost 5k combat score. Not too much healing on the side of the Weekend at Bernie's. Instead opting to try and find these sort of split positions where they can pick at range. I mean, other than that, solid performance across the board. Just Capybara Armada having to commit to these hard pushes a lot bit more often is going to end up picking them off a bit more as we can head back. At number 3. Weekend at Bernie's.
Both teams have stuck with double light heavy. It's interesting to see. Nobody has selected on the switcher. Everyone decided to keep playing the same game they've been playing.
Yeah. It looks like Ward opting for the ARN here. Microchip on his trusty ARN as well. Still sticking with a nullifier over running double gateway, which I find quite interesting, but it did find a good amount of value in the previous game. Yeah, as we see Weekend at Bernie's positioning on height, all up and around this point. Greg will spot 2 on this back height. Pardon me. As here comes the Capybara Armada, all 3 jumping in. Greg actually slightly behind, but Ensyy will spot in, running the Shack winch combo for the final match. It looks like Ward is going to pick off. Microchip gets picked first. And Cass not really in a position to help. They're going to try and swing on this now. The point does get tapped. It might be gated as well. As, no, it looks like a reverse gate. There's going to be a steal from Greg here. As they run backwards along this position. Microchip peeks into 2. Does manage to get out, but here comes Cass on the back end. Might find a kill on Greg, but does not just yet. Cass a bit too far out. While Keldor coming up in 5 seconds. Weekend at Bernie's looking to reset here. They actually do get the revive. Now moving back in towards this cash out A. In this back water temple, what are your thoughts about this position, Vantage?
On roof like this, I personally don't like it, but it's the only real way to play this point. Clearing out the trees and making good sight lines are always ideal, but it looks like Capybara Armada are just getting set up for the push.
As we see Cass on this side, all 3 looking his way. Ward in the open and exposed to Keldor far onto the left here. because of this respawn, he's managing to swing. Gonna run into Ward in a couple seconds if they stay on this position. But Weekend at Bernie's are able to cross in almost entirely uncontested. Here's Microchip on the back, gonna find Greg. Immediately gonna reclaim that high position, and here comes Ensyy, gonna be pushed in by Cass at the same time. They swing onto him to collapse into his position. He almost finds a pick onto Keldor in the meantime, but does not clean it out. At the same time, Ward finding a res onto Greg on this rooftop as they had to give it up. Now holding the stack position.
Teams,
they're inside.
Capybara Armada playing in the rafters and finding the res on their teammate. It's good to see. Bit of a quick, speedy reset, but losing their point at the same time.
Sonar spots all three on this position. They do have the roof as well. Going invis on the low ground, but another Sonar spots them out. Microchip and Ward 1v1, and Ward manages to clean them out. And now on this side position, they're going to try and push in towards Keldor and Cass. But Ward does get picked off, leaving it as a 2-on-2. They're going to reset off this push. Going to try and gateway out, actually. As Keldor abandoning his teammate, they actually do manage to find their way out, but he's going to be chased down. Cass, 25 health, left to his name. If he can stall for one more second, but they do find it. Weekend at Bernie's losing the fight. Capybara Armada managing to push with this double light. Even if one gets cleaned out, they can chase like maniacs and find these picks, even when they're trying to be dodged. Weekend at Bernie's, while stealing, not able to secure it. Capybara Armada now moving over towards this next point. Weekend at Bernie's, just... They're this close. They're this close. If that fight could have played out completely differently if Microchip won that 1v1 at the opener. But now, Microchip on the side angle position. Keldor going straight towards this point. He's going to get spotted out, actually. A really devious position here from Greg and Ward, although Ward quite open in this position. They're going to try and maybe gate directly across. He's going to die for it, but the gate is in position. Microchip, half health. The glitch whiffs, just like playing it to scare them. Hits the other side of the gateway, actually. It does prevent the movement. And now ShayCass going to swing forwards with this mesh shield. It's going to spot out too. Oh no, looking the wrong way. They do tap on Weekend at Bernie's. In control here. Ward up in 7 seconds if they don't go for this. I mean, how do you revive that guy on the bridge? They're not going to go for it at all. Greg now rotating back. Will Capybara Armada rotate back to this position? Cass on the lookout. We'll hear the Vanish Bomb on the side. He's going to swing out here and potentially spot them, but he's in the open.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bad position for Cass to be in, seeing as the rest of his team has decided to rotate off and run away with the box.
Looks like Cass is going to die.
Shay losing his life. Keldor lucky to get away with his. And there's not enough time to get that coin back in for Shay. I think Capybara Armada needs to take the biggest advantage of this they can and catch up to the team through the construction site.
I mean, they're looking to take their time here, not actually committing to the plug until they know that they're in a safe position. They're going to just hold between these two. And here comes the Capybara Armada. They cross back, dash, slam the point all the way to the opposite side. They're crossing straight back. Although Microchip actually in position to flank Ward on this position. If they stay here, they're going to get crunched on. Keldor spots the team, swings out, takes a bit of damage for it. He has to get out of there. Manages to gate out Ensyy in the open. Is getting shot at by multiple on the other side. This damn con position sucks. Ensyy getting jumped at by Microchip. Gets spotted on the side here. A glitch will clear out that gateway, but he's out. Oh, sorry, that dome shield. As Cass pushes forwards, deals some damage to Ensyy and Greg as well, getting picked on the side. Does not get picked off. He actually does. Microchip dashing in. Capybara Armada now lifts in the same position. Will they also stall it? Looks like
it's an impressive display from Capybara Armada to manage to get Ensyy out of that treacherous position. Unfortunately, losing Greg in the process. And it looks like they're going to do the exact same. Like you said, just stall for box. Hope for the reset.
The stall, however, not nearly as successful as Weekend at Bernie's. Ensyy now trapped under point. He might try and trap it with a C4 here, waste a bit more time. But the plug has come through. It looks like he's just trying to reset 10 seconds till Ward's back in the game. His second coin used in this match. Weekend at Bernie's in this back position. This is like nearly unpushable. They're going to have to do some cash out manipulation, although they do have the winch claw this time to try and pull some shenanigans within this cramped building.
Oh, it's still quite hard. I'm not sure how I would push this myself. If there was a charge and slam on, perhaps a speedy gate pokey ball dive in, get the RPG off and slam, but that's not an option with a winch. If someone on their team has goose, and I think one person does.
Spots 3,
They
actually.
could-
He knows the entire team positioning. He can call that out to his team and now just hide. Capybara Armada now feel a bit more confident going for this cash-out manipulation. As it looks like they're creeping in here. I wonder what they're doing down there. It looks like they're going for the drop now. Drop and winch. Microchip's got to try and find the side position. They spot in the window, actually. They could go for a force here. It looks like they're trying to prep for it. But they spot the team moving down. Capybara Armada having to try and stay hidden here. Cass directly above. They're going to gate up. Drop in straight on top of Keldor. They find him. Now Cass, isolated, eats an RPG. He's going to get glitched as well. Dome shield, good positioning actually. Manages to almost find Ward on the side here, but he gets pushed. Here comes the push from Ensyy. Greg actually gets picked off on the side. It's a 1v2, but Ward could die to a single bullet from Microchip. Here comes the force. Ward holding the safe position. Microchip actually going for the res on Keldor. Nullifies, cancels. They do not get the steal here, but Keldor manages to back out. They got to try and waste some more time here. Microchip still on the height. Ward's going to go for another force.
Microchip gonna come back again?
Keldor peeking in here. Gets winched. Gets blasted. Capybara Armada are going to steal. Microchip has to try and get this together. In a 1v3, he's not going to do it. Capybara Armada managing to find some sense in the chaos. Cleans this out. Finds picks. I mean... That pick on Keldor was ridiculous. That bait into finding that top kill was insane. Managing to find Cass at the same time. Microchip managing to, like, people are managing to do anything in this game. Like, managing to do everything. Ridiculous moves from Capybara
Armada. It was
Armada.
beautiful to see the quick and sharp nullifier coming out and giving them a little bit more time. But unfortunately, Capybara Armada just had too many players to capitalize on, especially when, like what we said before, heavy with a pick specialization like Winch, very hard to just run into and make a play up.